Hey there everyone, it's Hazmi here, and today's video will be about foraging in episode 1 and how to quickly level it up. Yesterday a very kind viewer, CapCap, reached out to me saying they have found a foraging route that seemed really efficient and if I was interested in it, and after I checked it out, it turned out to be pretty great. This foraging route before level 47 is 48,254 experience per hour, plus a knowledge level, and after then it becomes 67,218 experience per hour with still a knowledge level with it. This is thanks to leveling up in resources. Numbers aside, this is pretty great in my opinion, and is around 4, sometimes 5 levels an hour you can grind early on, and still remains around 2 levels an hour in the rank 80 and 90s range. So how does this look like? There are a few requirements to be able to do this foraging grind, such as requiring at least one profession to be level 20 so that you have unlocked knowledge points and knowledge leveling. You must have done the Spider's Nest quest in episode 2 to unlock the storage rift spell that allows you to store resources at certain spots. I don't have my personal guide for this quest, but there are many guides for it online and I think most of you already have it anyway. Then finally, you should grind your foraging level to level 18 so that you can interact with all the resources needed for the path. Until level 10, it should be really fast, and then I found the pond with the pond weeds to be a really efficient spot to get all the way to 18. It's not a fantastic spot, but it's good enough until later. With all of this, we should be ready. So the foraging route CapCap showed me is on the beach of episode 1, and the reason this beach is so good is because it has a very high density of foraging resources available and many different types of them as well. Leveling fast is all about constantly doing something with as minimal downtime as possible, and that's why resource density is important, and this area combines it with 2 other bonuses such as perfect respawns and super fast inventory clearing. So I'm going to be doing this live for better presentation, but it's also just going to be much easier for me to explain everything this way. As you can see, we're starting at knowledge 58% on the eastern side of the shore. In episode 1, we're quickly picking up this level 6 shell, then swap over to the kelp. I still have level 0 kelp, but once you reach foraging level 48, that's when you're going to be getting the next level of kelps, and it's going to increase the experience gain to the higher XP per hour that I explained earlier. And after we pick up the kelps, we're not going to be picking up the rest of the shells on this shore. The reason for that is so that we optimize the movement that we're doing, the respawn timers, and also just generally the downtime. And this one room is going to have the longest downtime on this foraging route. In the next one, we're skipping the starfish here. Instead, we're starting with the kelp. The starfish is, by the way, the reason why we need to be level 18 forager for this route to be efficient, and I'm already doing movement optimization here, because if you're not clicking at the right boxes, then the game is not really choosing the most efficient routes, but instead it's going to climb mountains and everything, and it's just really taking away fractions of seconds that would be wasted really if you're just going to be grinding this on and on. On the way back now, we're picking up all the starfish. This is why we didn't pick any of them up on the way here, so that we're maximizing that every movement we do is for a good reason and we're not wasting time on anything else, except for the second room I guess on the way here. But on the way back now, as you can see, we're picking up all the shells, and once we reach the first room, we're not going to be going all the way back to where we started, but instead we're going to be picking up these 2 shells here. So we don't have to do all the mountain climbing and everything. We're also not going to be picking up that second kelp that we normally do, because again, then you would have to climb this little hill here, and it's just really completely needless, plus we don't need it. So we have done 1 circle, but our inventory is still not full. We're around halfway done. If I swap over, and again we skip the second room, but the kelp and the starfish should be already back. So there's not much downtime. This time I'm going to show what happens if you just do automatically. You would end up here, and then if you click this kelp, then you go all over the hill over here, and it's just unnecessary overall. But it's up to you if you care about these little optimizations or not. Then we swap over to the starfish. The same way, our inventory is now pretty well filling overall. And while we're picking everything up, these resources are also useful. Like, they are for alchemy materials, alchemy recipes that we are actually using. So it's also not a waste that you are picking up everything. But once again, the reason this route is so good is because of the density of the resources that we have over here, and we're constantly doing something, and that's the trick to leveling gathering up fast. Now we have reached the final slot of our inventory, and this is exactly where the efficiency of this route shows. Right when we were picking up the final item for the final inventory slot, we're right next to the storage that you had to unlock with the Spider's Nest quest. And then we're very quickly storing everything. Press escape for a quick window closing. And we're all the way back to the beginning, which roughly took 3 minutes of our time. And as you can see, we are now on 84% knowledge. We started on 58, so this means it's 26% knowledge gain in the 3 minutes we have done this, which is extremely good for the amount of time that we're spending foraging here. That is pretty much the route I wanted to show, and to share some little details, this route reaches 100% knowledge even on lower levels within 12 and 13 minutes depending on how well you optimize your movement. That guarantees 1 full profession level every hour, plus all the experience you gain through gathering, that is 48,254 with level 0 kelps and 67,218 if you reach level 48. With the experience table that is known to us, you can quickly calculate the numbers I shared earlier, that then on average you will be gaining 5 levels until foraging rank 30, 3 or 4 levels until rank 50, and you can still very much gain 2 levels an hour around rank 90 or so, thanks to the fast knowledge point gain. So that's the quick forge leveling route I wanted to share with all of you today. Huge shout out again to KepKep for sharing their route with me and all of you. If you watched the full video, as always, comment Cryonites or your class below so I can thank you for your time. And if you found this route useful, or you even found a better route, definitely share with us in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more Brighter Shores content, as I'll definitely be around, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.